5 a.m. That means it's time to have some fun.
You know what, Jimmy Q? I think Paul might be taking away your. I mean, typically I can rely on you for a good, dad joke every now and again. But Paul's coming in hot.
He's stepping it up, and I like it. I've wanted to back off on that a little bit, but
just a lot of pressure.
I'll be back. Yeah, it is kind of a lot of pressure.
And you stopped eating popsicles, so it's hard to get any new material.
Big time. I'm telling you, those jokes in the back of those sticks, not bad. Anyways, hey, let's tell you more about for today. We have some wet weather coming into our forecast. Wintry wet weather right now, all the way from Parker up towards Lake Havasu, Kingman area. A couple of light showers, Bullhead City, Mojave, a little bit of rainfall over there. And Flagstaff, oh, snow already coming down. Kachina Village, even around Sedona, sort of a mixed bag. So we're going to be tracking the radar all morning long. Payson's okay right now, but if you move up to Pine and Strawberry, more weather there. We're breaking stuff here, but that's okay. 64 degrees, more rain in the forecast, and a gorgeous day. I'm liking it. You may not like the rain, but heads up, it's going to be pretty slick out there. Vanessa, how are the roadways looking?
Well, hopefully that won't do too much damage with the roads here, because right now we don't have any slick conditions on the roads. We have lots of green, lots of great driving conditions here. So we do, for the West Valley, have green on Grand. Normally we see some traffic building up around Indian School, but we're good to go there. The Loop 303 looks great. Same thing with the 17 and the 51. East Valley, you're good to go. No major issues at this time. Here's a live look from our ADOT camera of the 202 McKellips. Very light traffic in both directions. So coming up on my full report, I'll give you a look at our futurecast for 7:30 a.m. Emma?
Sounds good. Thanks, Vanessa. The former nurse accused of raping and impregnating a woman who could not move or speak will be in court today. The case gaining nationwide attention, focusing on that man right there, Nathan Sutherland, who investigators say used to care for the victim as her nurse at Hacienda Healthcare here in the Valley.
Team 12's Jen Wall is in the Live Alert Center with this morning's big story. So, Jen, what are we expected to hear from Nathan Sutherland in court today?
Hey, good morning to you both. So that is one of the biggest questions this morning, whether we will actually hear from Sutherland or not. Now, we are expecting the former nurse to enter a plea today at an arraignment hearing, and then we'll find out the rest later on today. So investigators say Nathan Sutherland raped a 29-year-old victim at Hacienda Healthcare, and workers there say they did not know she was pregnant. Investigators adding Sutherland's DNA matched a sample from the victim's newborn. However, Sutherland's attorney says there's no direct evidence linking Sutherland to that rape. Right now, Sutherland is charged with sexual assault and abuse of a vulnerable adult, and he has given up his nursing license. The baby was born back at the end of December. So Nathan Sutherland is expected to be in court at 8:30 a.m. this morning. Team 12 will be there following this case very closely, as we have this entire time. So stay with us for the very latest on 12news.com and right here on Channel 12. For now, we're live in the Alert Center. Jen Wall, today in AZ.
All right, thanks, Jen. Happening tonight, President Trump will be delivering the State of the Union address. That's tonight in Washington, D.C. This is President Trump's second State of the Union address, which was rescheduled due to the government shutdown. The White House says after a tumultuous few months, the president will call for optimism and unity in his address.
Martha McSally will attend her first State of the Union as a senator tonight, and she'll be taking Isaiah Acosta along as her guest. You may recall, Acosta is a 19-year-old rapper from here in Phoenix who was born without a lower jaw. He's an advocate for Phoenix Children's Hospital and Children's Miracle Network's hospitals.
And Arizona's new senior senator, which sounds funny considering it's just been a couple months, Kyrsten Sinema. She's attending tonight's State of the Union address with a Bronze Star recipient who lives in Scottsdale. That's retired Air Force Major Brian Bouchard. He's going to be at the speech as Sinema's guest. He spent more than 2 decades in the Air Force and sits on Sinema's Veterans Advisory Council.
As we gear up for tonight's address, we want to know, what do you think President Trump should be focusing on? A call for unity, immigration, perhaps foreign policy or health care? Go to 12news.com/yourvoice to vote in our live interactive poll. We'll update the totals throughout the morning. Right now, over half of the early risers want to see some form of health care addressed tonight.
And you can watch the State of the Union live on 12 News starting at 7 o'clock tonight. That's followed by Ellen's Game of Games at 9 and a complete wrap-up on 12 News at 10, including reaction from the 12 News Your Voice panel.
Maricopa County Sheriff Paul Penzone says all posse members will now have to undergo a background check. The Sheriff's Posse is an all-volunteer organization that provides support to local law enforcement. An audit found that poor record keeping allowed some unqualified members to serve in that group. Some were sex offenders, others had drug charges. The audit only discovered 4 of the posse's 235 members had completed the entire certification process.
New this morning, Phoenix police make an arrest in an overnight robbery. This happened at a Circle K at 12th Street in Maryland. Police say 3 guys took lottery scratchers from the store. The whole time, a Phoenix police officer was actually there watching because of other crimes that have happened at this exact same location. Police say the officer tried to stop them, but had to dive out of the way of their car. The suspects later crashed, took off. Police caught up to one of them, but are still looking for the other 2. A center honoring the 19 Granite Mountain hotshots is getting a lot of attention. The Daily Courier in Prescott says the city has counted almost 15,000 visitors so far. The center opened last June inside the Prescott Gateway Mall. It features kiosks that commemorate each of the fallen 19 who died while battling a wildfire near Yarnell on June 30th, 2013. About 500 t-shirts from fire departments across the country line the center's walls. Other displays provide information about the Granite Mountain Hotshots Memorial State Park.
Happening in Mesa this morning, Mayor John Giles is set to deliver his State of the City address. It's happening at the Mesa Convention Center building. The mayor expected to share his vision for his city's future and give updates on what's happening right now. You can catch it live on Mesa Channel 11's stream.